Hi there, welcome to today's class, Finding Joy in Your Bones. I am so excited you're here with me today. I had so much fun dancing with you last time. In our last class, I invited you to consider and explore how we could allow our body to find its roots. We found them at the cellular level. Today I'm asking you to consider and explore ways we can find joy in our bones. We have found some ways that we can find it in our cells. We found some ways we can find it in our roots. Today we're going to be very intentional about how we can become a more efficient mover. Today's class, you are welcome to play and adapt any movement you would like in order to meet your own comfort level and needs. As always, we want to have a three-dimensional sphere around us so that we can be free and clear of any obstacles in our way. So take a moment also to make sure that you have your bare feet or you have lots of traction so that you can find a safe dancing place in your body. When dancing, remember to be kind to yourself always, because like I've told you in the other lessons, you are informing yourself all the time and acquiring new knowledge. You are your best teacher. So when you are learning movement in this class, imagine that you are looking into that mirror, and so what I am moving my right arm, you are moving your left arm, and vice versa. So in our last class, we acknowledged the fact that we can allow all the cells in our body to become involved. We also asked our body and our mind to make a connection with our intentional, grounded rootedness from our core, from our center. Today, I would like you to continue to find strength from that core and stability and mobility. But we're really going to focus on how little muscle as possible you can use in order to achieve our goals. So, if you can remember back to the egg lesson, the golden egg that's rolling down, we're going to explore that egg dance once more from a new perspective. From the perspective of freeing up our bones a little bit. So, we experience this with intentionality. We experience this with learning how to become more efficient. So what would it look like to become more efficient in our movement? How much effort do we need in order to achieve each movement goal that we have when movement happens? This can be applied to life. So let's take a moment and repeat everything we did in the egg dance to the side this time. Last time we explored forward and back, rolling forward and back, rolling forward and back. Let's try up high and down low. Reach up with the egg and back down, folding in. Now let's try side, folding in. Side, folding in. Now let's try to move maybe right, low, diagonal. So this is your left, my right. All right, let's try the other side. Ooh, what did we have to do with our pelvis? We had to bring it with us. We had to stay right over those heels with our sits bones and keep that pelvis nice and neutral. So our pelvis rised and lowered as we did that. We had to allow the spine to make a spiraling shape when we went to the back and came back up. Again, we're allowing all that fluid breath to fill you up. What would it look like if we tried that movement to the side, to the highest possible height we can? What if we tried it on a diagonal high? Emptying, filling, growing, shrinking, lowering. Let's try this with a little tap in our body. So we're going to make a little rhythm and tap seated in our chair for a moment. So go ahead and take a moment to find your chair and have a seat. We're going to play around with some tapping movement. First, tap with your feet. Good. All right, and stop. Now tap with your hands. Imagine a beach ball. Ooh, my shoulders are getting involved. When I'm tapping, could we try the tapping on a beach ball in a standing position? Let's give it a shot. Tap, 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 tap. Could we move high to low? Ooh, my center got involved that time. Lots of stability and strength happening there. Bring the voice to all parts of your body. We can tap to the side. Spiral our spine, tap to the other side. I'm allowing my knees and hips to fold in when I go to the side. Maybe we could try it back behind us. What is your body doing when you do it back behind? All right, that was great. Let's try a new exploration. I'd like to call this one a cotton candy dance exploration. Imagine that there's some cotton candy and it's your little cotton candy pillow. I want you to reach the top of your head over to a side, any side you would like. Rest it on your cotton candy pillow. Then we're going to reach the elbow up, the fingertips up, grab some cotton candy and eat it and bring it in. And then we're going to try the other side. So top of the head reaches over. You're going to float your arm up, reach, 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 pick the cotton candy, look at it, and pull it back down. Let's try it to the side. So we're going to lift the top of the head up and over. Then we're going to reach our elbow and grab the cotton candy to the side and pull it in. What would happen if we sped it up a little bit? Let's try it a few more times and make that interconnected cellular dance with our cotton candy. Here we go. So, top of the head reaches over, reach the cotton candy, bring it in, and let's do it again faster. So, top of the head over, elbow reach up, top of the head, reach, grab, pull it in. Good. Now let's try reaching across the midline of our body. The midline of our body is what divides our body between the right side and the left side. So when we cross the midline of our body, for example, with our hands, our brain is making a more complex neurological connection. That if we just moved on the side of our body, one side of our body, do a little dance on the right side, and our other side, that doesn't involve much brain activity. But if we cross the midline, it becomes a little bit more involved. What if we did high diagonals crossing the midline? Let's do some reaches and grab and pull some candy that way. 2, 3, 4. Across. 2, 3, 4. I'm allowing my spine to spiral. I'm allowing that reach to get as far as it could get. We can try this sitting if you're more comfortable with that, or you can remain standing. I'm going to show it sitting as well. What if we reach and grab something from below? My leg and my hip have to become involved to get that. I may have to hold on to the side so that I can keep stable, because I don't have as much connection to the earth when I'm sitting. It's a little bit different. I want you now to imagine your spiral as you slide and wrap around your body. You can do either sitting or standing. I'm going to stand. And I want you to wrap around the curve of your body like there's this layer of jello, literally jello in there. Carve around the jello, and then you're going to carve and slide back to where you began. So, a lot is happening here. Imagine you are placing something behind you or grabbing it, picking up and pulling it up. Let's do a few more. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you find that yield and push as you were adjusting and allowing that pelvis to go up high, down low on the diagonal and come back and return? So, I want you to think about those things as your core center is really getting engaged there in that movement. That three-dimensional movement really gets our cardiovascular body system going, and I'd like you to create your own dance with some shelves and some reaching and grabbing and pulling. So let's play around with that. In our painting dance, we did a lot of brush strokes and swiping far away from the center of the body, close in. This one we're going to go out and in, out and in. So out and in, out and in. There's a shelf up here, down there. So play around with different directions, and the whole time you're playing around with that idea of using as little muscle as possible. You're finding grounded, rooted strength and freedom in the upper body because you're so grounded. Notice what's happening with my wrist, my elbows, my global joints as we're moving. And all of those things are becoming part of the dance. Take notice of our breath. And let's play around with this bone dance. I want you to play rhythms. So find those rhythms we found before. Let the music guide you through. We're going to play some rhythms and pull it in. Play some rhythms and pull it in. So you can do this around the house and really get a good workout. Just turn on some music and play those rhythms in your body. Paint those rhythms. Let's put the rhythm into our feet. Maybe you want to speed it up. Now let's see if we can keep a fast rhythm going in our feet. And let's see if we can move a slow, sweeping rhythm in our arms. All right. I'd like you to make a decision about where you want your arms to go. I'd like you to make a decision about where you want to put your rhythm next, instead of in your feet. How do you want to make it more dynamic? Maybe you want to put the rhythm into your hips and elbow. Maybe you want to scoop around into spiral shapes. So, we're going to play around with the picking the cotton candy. We're going to play around with the placing of the shelf and make it a dance. We're going to carve around our jello. We're going to keep the rhythm in a certain part of our body as the other part is slowing down. Is staying nice and slow while the other part is going fast. Now for an added challenge, we're going to consider trying this toe tapping movement. Try it in our hands. Now try to incorporate 3 body parts instead. So maybe your head is going to start up and down, and up and down. We're going to make it a dance. Then our hips are going side to side. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Can we get the head and the hips going at the same time? minute to finish up your dance with your rhythm. Play around with your tempo. Change your tempo a little bit in your dance. Good. Our focus of the dance is to find joy from the intention of rest and ease by finding joy in our bones. So, as we find joy in our bones, we're really allowing that stability and strength and that cellular liquid breath to find its voice in all these different parts of our dance. So let's try our dance one more time. We do our long free reaches. On the shelf, reach. On the shelf, rest your head, come in, reach up, rest your head, reach up, jump, and then play your rhythm. 1, 6, 7, 8. Find a beautiful inner shape. Now, I have a question for you. Did you find joy dancing in your bones today? I hope you did, as we incorporated all the elements we've learned from other lessons. I'd like you to consider for a moment, which movement resonated most in your body? Was it a high and low turning movement? Was it a floating of the elbow, resting of the head movement? Was it the spiraling carving movement? Was it a rhythmic movement? It's different for all of us, I'm sure. We all have different experiences and different things that we can give to our dance. Thank you so much for being a part of the dance with me today. Thank you for participating in my workshops. I hope to see you again another time. Remember to always find joy in movement wherever you go, whatever you're doing in your daily lives. I hope that you can find more ease of motion, more fluidity, more breath, more life, and hope you can revisit some of these lessons and remind yourself of ways we can also find stability, strength, and ease of movement. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you are all well and will stay well for a long time. Take care. Have a great day.